Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the DC podcast. I'm your host, like always, Jeliber, aka the writer, director, audio editor, video editor, voice of Scarecrow. Basically, I do a little bit of everything. Welcome to the season 2 wrap up podcast. I have two lovely guests here. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hello, I am Kate and I play White Rabbit.
And hello, I am Luke. I am a writer.
Yep. So he's going to be helping. Lou is going to be helping us out in season 3, which is confirmed, by the way. We have the characters planned out and everything. So yeah, what did everyone think of season 2?
I love
was-
it as always.
Yeah. I always
Exciting.
love
Can't wait for
watching it.
Yep.
Can't wait for the things that have been hinted at in all the different ones and so many different storylines, but they're all very interesting.
There are many different storylines going on at the same time. And that's honestly one of the best parts about having like different interviewers is that you can have separate storylines all going on at the same time.
As
And they
always, though, I
Yeah.
love Percy.
Yes, I love Percy.
Oh, he's
Percy.
so easy to rattle.
Yeah.
He tries to appear stoic, but he will be broken down eventually. Hopefully. It's amusing how he tries to be so stoic.
Yeah.
So I think that answers the question of who's your favorite interviewer?
Percy. Percy. By far.
Yep.
I'm glad that you two really like Percy. To me, actually, I can't tell you which interviewer is my favorite because I did create all of them, so it's kind of unfair.
Yeah, it's like trying to choose a favorite child. You can't choose, but there's definitely one.
My mom does that easily, so.
I can't tell you my favorite actor to work with when it comes to the interviewers.
Mm-hmm.
Zelda's actress.
Ooh.
The actress for Zelda, aka Silver. I know I've mentioned this before, but it needs to be reiterated as many times as possible, just so she can get more damn work. She can take a boring character and make them fun. I know that.
Definitely.
I know that because that's what she did to Zelda.
Yeah, Zelda. From what I remember of her, very fun.
Yep, and most of the quirkiness of Zelda comes directly from the actress. So that's always fun, especially when you're writing her. You're writing for the actress, not just the character.
Yeah.
Yep. But honestly, one of my favorite episodes this season was, of course, Judgment Ghost seems to be like everyone's favorite by view count, and White Rabbit's not too far behind. And I have to say, I kind of agree with that. Those two are probably two of my favorite episodes this season, but I think the standout episode was Judgment Ghost. The actors were really good in it. So what is everyone's favorite episode from the season?
Mine would probably be Captain Cold. I don't know why. I just really, really like that episode.
It's difficult for me to choose personally because they each have their own quirks. Just the extra little bit of aggression just purely from Captain Boomerang, the chummy and friendliness of Livewire, but also that little bit of tension as well. Scarecrow just perfectly done as always. There's always that sort of little bit of terror that comes from within inside me whenever I listen to one of Scarecrow ones. And I like the inclusion of, well, sort of the little hints within Poison Ivy's one, and just Two-Face's one as well. Just I loved the dramatic of the switch between the two sides. There is so much between so many of them that I find it difficult to choose, although I do have a bit of a bias towards White Rabbit, especially since I end up reciting my own lines whenever I whenever I listen to it.
Yep. Yeah, this season was definitely a step up from season one in a lot of areas. I do think the me as a writer and as an audio engineer got in a lot better. But I want to give a special shout out to the actor who plays Captain Cold, because this son of a gun ended up created the basic video template for all the episodes.
Oh yeah.
That little TV,
Oh.
that was my style. Yeah. And if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have been able to step up the visual aspect of it, and I think it shows that a lot
Yeah,
of these
Yeah,
videos.
I was gonna say the visuals are so much better in this second season.
Yep.
Yeah, the visuals are really good. I especially like the transcripts, but also the little bit of a background and sort of it. The TV and the newspapers sort of add the immersion to that sort of the kind of feel that you're trying to get for the interviews, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is great.
Yeah, and we had some really good writers. We had Eris, who wrote the Livewire episode. We have Lexa Powers, who joined us to write Captain Boomerang, Black Manta, and the Two-Face episode. So
Nice.
So honestly, I think this is upgraded altogether. We had, of course, we had some lovely voice talents. But yeah, we had some lovely voice talents. A lot of hints, because the thing is, it's funny to me in the comic section of episode 11 was the first time someone realized, oh shit, they're killing off the Joker. I'm like, we have been hinting at this
Yeah.
since season 1. Since episode 4, we have been hinting at this, that he is going to die.
Yep, Joker's gone. It's everyone else left to fight for it.
Yep, and it's going to be interesting. We have a lot of episodes planned. We have up to episode 60 planned.
Oh, 60.
Yep.
Awesome.
Episode.
Can't wait for those ones.
I cannot wait for episode 50. Episode 50
Yeah.
is going to be real crazy. Loop knows what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
And I don't. Oh no, I feel left out.
You know a little bit of what episode 50 might be.
Maybe just a little bit of vagueness that I get to look forward to, but not entirely know.
So, what did everyone think of the extra stuff this season? That happened during the season, like the Hero Therapies, the Green Lantern Chronicles, and our very first DC audio drama.
Sadly, I haven't been able to have a full listen through just yet. Very busy things, but
Yeah,
busy.
same.
what did you enjoy about making them?
I just enjoy doing something different, especially when it comes to like the heroes, because the Green Lantern Chronicles, we ended, the actor who plays Glass Zen, him and I came up with the name Glass Zen based off one of the oldest galaxies that is still alive, called Glass. What was it called again? Glass 13, I think is what it's called. So we took that and we took the 3, and in Japanese it's San. San means 3, and then we added a Z to it to give it a little bit of a fancy name. So Glass Zan.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah.
The creative process laid out there.
Yep. Mild Hot Sauce, of course, did, fantastic doing it. And Lex of Styles actually did the video for that one, because I wanted something different, something a little bit way different from the usual stuff. And I love the Green Lanterns personally. Green Lantern is like one of my favorite superheroes. I love the mythology. I love the universe. And I'm hoping that someday to hopefully take some of the aliens that DC created that they don't have anything for, and just creating like a Bible for them.
Trying to
Ooh.
expand
Yeah.
a bit more on them as well.
Yeah,
That would be
and
interesting.
yeah, we get like one or two things, but we don't get much more, and it's fun, especially when you study like anthropology, like cultures and how they form. It's interesting to take some of those things in fiction and then realistically trace them back and figure out, okay, why.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I love Greek mythology so much, is because it's them trying to explain their world as they know it with gods, you know? Yeah, that's really cool.
Yep, and it helps. And the great thing about mythology in general is it helps form like the backbone of a culture.
Yeah.
But there
Yeah, and
is.
it's cool.
Oh, go on.
Sorry, you continue.
No, you go first. Ladies first.
I was just gonna say how it's interesting how well, you're starting to sort of go into the lesser known DC villains and characters and sort of trying to expand upon them. And it's interesting because there's so much potential there and you're trying to find it. And I just think it's kind of cool to think about where they could go.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
And we can use like White Rabbit as a perfect example of all that anyone knows of her is that she's just wore lingerie. That's all anyone knew and cared about her in the comics. But it's just like, why? There can be more to
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. She's clearly, apparently, a very intelligent villain, so she could do so much more. And
Yep.
yeah, exactly. There's so much potential that hasn't been fully explored yet. So I guess this is a way to fully begin to explore all those vaguer characters as well.
Yep. And there's a lot more obscure villains coming up, too. Because, as we get on more and more, the really big villains, we start having less and less of them. So we have to start getting creative. There's a lot of really fun obscure villains that are just waiting. Like, do you guys know there's a villain in DC named Big Dicks?
Yes.
I did not.
By the way, I want to mention Dix is spelled D-I-X, but it's still funny.
Yeah.
Oh, it might be.
I can't even say the name
Oh,
with a
and now
straight
I'm
face.
just thinking of King. I, yeah, I'm just gonna say King Shark eats a certain villain, and sorry, just very and Big Dick ends up sort of captured in a bag. I apologize for
we
my.
needed a big bag for big dicks.
So then, Shark can eat a big bag of big dicks.
Nice.
The funny there's a lot of comedic timing for that, but I've been working on like some of my own DC dramas, like some old like Dan Garrett, Blue Beetle stuff, where Big Dicks is like the main villain, and the whole joke of it is that everyone takes him seriously because he can and will toss you around like a rag doll, and it's still funny as hell hearing Big Dicks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just everyone trying not to laugh out loud. Otherwise, they'll end up getting punted across the room. So very intimidating, but also basically a little bit of internal torture, trying not to laugh. It's the laugh that'll
Yeah.
kill you.
Yeah, there's so many wonderful things in comics, so many wonderful villains. And so many like wonderful stories. Like there's so many wonderful heroes out there too that I want to explore more of. Like I know neither of you heard of Aztec.
You would be
No.
correct.
Yeah, I haven't.
Look him up. He's really interesting. I really recommend it, and that goes for you guys in the audience too. But yeah, we've per a lot of hard work. It's been 6 months of hard work to get all 10 episodes done. Oh wait, was it 6 months or was it 5? Hold on, I'm stupid. It's like twice a month, so it was 5 months. Yep, 5 months of hard work. And we've produced like what 26 episodes this year altogether. I say that's pretty
Quite
good.
a feat.
Yeah.
Yep. But
Especially finding all the actors, writing all the scripts, and editing all the audio as well.
yeah.
Mhm.
So let's go ahead and take a quick look and let's talk about individual episodes if you guys don't mind.
All right.
We need to pad this
Mhm.
out as much as possible.
Okay.
So we're going to be going in order. So I do know off the top of my head, episode 1 was Captain Cold.
Hmm.
Yes, I have the playlist in front of me as well. So.
We have Captain Cold, who it was the first episode. And by the way, the fact that episode 1 of both seasons was an ice villain is not an accident. That was 100% on purpose.
Because it's a cold open. Was that intentional?
No, that part was not intentional.
Yes!
No,
Unintentional puns.
But yeah, no, Captain Cold was one of the videos I wrote. And he was meant to be part of like the bigger like Owen Mercer murder mystery.
Yeah.
With Heatwave and Weather Wizard, all of them being suspects of his death. For those who don't know Owen Mercer, he was the second Captain Boomerang. Somehow, the original Captain Boomerang hooked up with a speedster and created him. I can't remember which speedster, but either way, it's just like, why? Who? But yeah, Captain Cold's episode was really good because this was like the beginning of me really understanding like who the interviewers were as people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just the attempts of each of the interviewers to try and get into the past of each of the villains, just revealing that there's something soft inside, but they're trying not to show it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Captain Cold's code all the way through. That's what happens when you have a bastard for a father.
Rough childhood.
Very rough. I cannot get into what he was talking to Percy about, where it was like the beep. I cannot get into that. However,
Oh.
I can tell you what my style said that I had to, because I told him just to say some random thing so I could put the beep at that length, and then I took it out.
Mhm.
Both times he legitimately said, "Oh, you don't want them to know about you fucking horses."
Nice.
It was always about horses. Both of them were about horses. I had to, I had to cut them out anyways. I wasn't expecting him to be this funny with it.
Yeah.
Her, sorry, but yeah, my style was. No, go on.
Sorry, you go. I was just gonna say that each time you see redacted now, well, at least for the people out there, just imagine it being something about horses.
Everything but
And let
Percy's
it be
name.
stuck in your mind.
Yeah.
I will say
Percy
this about
Horse, that would be
Percy.
awesome.
Percy actually, I have come up with a full name for him, but I'm not going to reveal it. Period. Because with Percy, his middle and last names have been taken off of every record. There's no physical
Mm.
records of his, of his middle and last name. There's no digital records. He personally erased it.
Ooh. Trying to hide from something, Percy.
Mm.
Less that, and it's more of you can't use anything against me if you don't know what it is.
Smart.
Fair.
But yeah, no, Percy's gone through a lot of shit. Like a lot of shit, and I've talked to some of my writers about him and some of the stuff he's done. And
Oh yeah. With a voice that tired, that you have to have gone through some things.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Percy was just Percy's a joy to write because was based off of one of my IRL friends, Nick. Nick, Nickelodeon. But any last notes on Captain Cold before we move on to Firefly?
The voice acting, that was so good. I was really surprised at that. Like, that was just amazing.
So here's some good advice for any voice actors out there. This is coming from a director. If a director kind of sort of likes your voice and they send you a message asking, "Hey, can you kind of try doing it a little bit more like this?" Just go ahead and do it. Add in extra audition and just do what they say. Hey, because what that shows is that you can take direction, which is sometimes more important than whether or not you can do the voice. And I genuinely mean that, because my style was audition for Captain Cold. His first go at it wasn't the best, but I kind of could hear it. So I texted her to see if I could get a different take on the acting aspect and, a little bit here and there. And it was tweaked, and my styles got the role because of it. So there's a little bit of behind the scenes there, and, if you can take direction, you're more valuable as an actor. Wouldn't you agree, Kate?
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. At least certain. It doesn't hurt to at least try for some other things, some other directions, because you might not realize that there could be more potential in some other kind of way, some other route, some other different pronunciation.
Yeah,
So yeah,
definitely,
I'll agree.
definitely that. Yep. Time to move on to episode 12, Firefly.
Firefly.
This one has some history to it, but it's behind the scenes drama that happened during this episode that I'm not going to really talk about that much. Mostly because it's behind the scenes drama, and I'd rather keep it there. Yeah, overall, I really liked how this episode ended up. I liked how Sophia sounded. I like a little bit of, Sophia's backstory coming out.
Mm. Just as always, able to add that little bit of fear, that reminder that you are talking to a villain.
Yeah, especially one like Firefly who will burn you simply for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and fire is already terrifying.
Yeah.
So,
with me, I didn't know like anything about Firefly, and then like how in depth the writers go with like the backstory, his childhood, it just made him like seem like a real person, I don't know, but it was really good.
Yeah, this episode, by the way, I'm going to mention who wrote each episode. This one was another one of mine that I wrote. And the fun behind the scenes fact is the actress who plays Sophia, Sela, I think her name is Sela. That's how you pronounce it. But she
On the
as a
video right now, it's Syl Blossom, I think.
yeah, Sela Blossom. I just call her Blossom. Makes it easier for me. But Blossom
Easier.
actually lives in the Philippines.
Oh.
Ooh.
That's why she has that.
Oh.
That's why she has that accent. And she actually, when her and I were talking about having her be more, be like the main therapist for Arkham, she was very nervous about it because of it. I said, no. So the character Sophia Reyes is, she is actually from the Philippines as well.
That's a
So
cool
that's
little detail.
Yeah. So I did that, and I told her about it, and she knows the full backstory of the character, and and she's a lot more comfortable playing Sophia now, which is great. She was mostly worried because of her accent, but it's actually in character for that accent to be there.
Interesting.
Yep. And yeah, this episode was really fun to write, really fun to direct, really fun to do everything with. It was a very easy and quick. Once the drama got out of the way, it was very easy, very quick to get done.
I'm just letting the video play right before me and just watching the transcription. I wonder how many times I've missed in this season that there's been a mention that Gotham is sick.
Mm. Yeah.
There are probably many times that I've missed it, but to be honest, I tend to just sort of. I sometimes end up blocking out the wrong things.
Trust me, a lot of people missed that Joker was dying, even though we hinted at it. There's hints every now and then that you might want to pay attention to. They're not,
Always worth a rewatch to see what you missed.
Always worth an extra rewatch.
Yeah.
Any last notes before we move on to the Gentleman Ghost?
I don't think I have any.
Nothing from me.
So moving on to episode 13, Gentleman Ghost, again written by me, and we have Zelda back. We have Zelda as the interviewer. This one, funny enough, the guy who plays Gentleman Ghost is British.
Ooh.
Both British people I have in this season are from Britain.
Oh.
As they should be. Well, yeah. It's where you get the authentic ones, not just received pronunciation, at least.
Yeah, and it really works with Gentleman Ghost.
Yeah, it does.
This one was one of the ones where I felt like I really upped my game when it came to like the sound design, because since this wasn't in prison, this wasn't in Arkham, this was in someone's house. So
just that little change of scenery.
Yep, and you can hear it with the fireplace noise, and you can hear it with the grandfather clock.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I always love the ambient sounds in each of the episodes. Just adds a little bit more.
Yep, this is the first time where I did a different type of ambience in one of the villain interviews themselves. Because usually it's the same, just a clock ticking. And that's all
ticking
really,
clock and tape recording.
Yeah.
Yep, and that's all it really needs to be. But for Gentleman Ghost, there had to be more. But we also get to meet good old Hawkman.
Yeah.
In this. So what do you guys think of Gentleman Ghost episode?
It was really good. I really like the voice effect on Gentleman Ghost. It really just makes him feel like a ghost, you know?
Yep. That was a reverb.
Yeah.
A reverb. I don't remember all the settings on it off the top of my head, but it was a reverb, and it was really cool to do. Something I'm not sure if you guys picked up on it is that Zelda was a little bit afraid of Metallo and was a little bit afraid of Heatwave. Notice how she's not afraid
Yeah.
of. Notice how she's not afraid of Gentleman Ghost.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the accent.
No, it's so in the episode we get a little bit of Zelda in there. Zelda's very much a goth chick. Like she likes the gothic aesthetic, but she's also very much into occultism. And and in the DC universe, Code Iron is like poison to a demon. She has Code Iron in her purse at all times.
Oh, that's cool.
As well as some Nth metal. So yeah, you hear a little hints of that, and you hear Gentleman, you hear Hawkman even complimenting her. It's just like, huh, damn, we got a nice collection here. Holy shit. Anything else to add to this episode?
Nothing from me.
Yeah, nothing for me.
All right, moving on to the first episode this season that I didn't write. This was written by Alexa Powers. DZ Villain Interview number 14. Black Manta.
Yes, just a pure hatred of Aquaman.
Yep.
Yes.
And
Yep,
again, as always, there are traumatic pasts.
Yep. The great thing about Black Manta is that this was actually a capstone of is one of the two videos that's going to be ending the Suicide Squad storyline with him and Poison Ivy.
Mm.
Yeah, they're all being recruited for one mission, and if you pay attention to all the ones that Marcus was in, you'll hear what the mission is, and slowly piece it together.
Yeah, it's. I know that I had an idea a while back, but I seem to have forgotten. But it's definitely something government related, underwater. Submarine?
Atlantis.
Yeah, Atlantis.
Oh,
That's what I
Atlantis.
remembered. It was
Oh yeah.
in Atlantis. About was it a stone?
It was an artifact.
An artifact. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yep. So, Black Manta was very difficult to cast. We got Chev, who was really good, but it was hard to keep the tone that he had consistent. So I just had him focus on mostly the acting, and I went in there and I was able to pitch his voice down by one just to get a consistent, that consistent deepness.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it works for him.
Yeah, it does.
He gives 0 fucks.
Yeah.
He's just like, what's in it for me? Oh, I get to kill Aquaman? Sign me up. Any last notes? Oh, shit. Something I should have mentioned. Gentleman Ghost and Captain Cold were custom artworks I got from Charles, a friend of mine who has his own channel, Adam F something. If you look up Riddler Animatic, you'll find him. He's the one who did the artwork for those two. And the artwork for Black Manta was done by what's his face? I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now. Give me 1 second. Where are you?
But yeah, the art for the two that you mentioned, they are very cool. So
Yeah.
I might at least check out the Riddler animation.
Yeah, Napoli.
Animatic. But yeah.
Animatic. Napoli is the one who did the artwork for Black Manta. And he did absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I like the glow around the eyes.
Oh yeah, same. Just a little shimmering.
Yep. And then after Black Manta, we of course have the last episode I wrote this season. The White Rabbit.
Yes, we go from Black Manta to White Rabbit.
Oh no shit,
And
that's funny.
start of a code as well at the very beginning, very discreet, very sneaky. I just remember the chat being entirely just, what is this? Does it actually decode to something? What do we need to decode it? Just that extra little panic around it, just like, what does this mean? Is there a code?
64.
Secrets. 64.
That is your hint for decoding the message at the beginning.
Oh.
Hint, hint.
Hint, hint, nudge,
But
nudge.
yes.
Wink, wink. Yeah, this episode was fun to write because this is the beginning of the Wonderland saga, the Wonderland storyline.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see where the rest of it is going to go, especially with Hatter and the Tweedle twins, and
And
I
Walrus.
just personally, oh yeah, I just personally loved sort of reciting each of the lines and just trying to make Percy a little bit mad. But to be honest, it is kind of fun to try and break that attempt to be stoic, and I can't wait to see what happens with Percy. It's probably not going to be good.
Depends on who it's for, because there's a reason why I can't talk about the stuff that Captain Cold mentioned. Although I can say Captain Cold did mention Percy was part of the CIA. Just keep that in mind of what happens if you break him.
Oh dear, is that something bad for us?
Might
Or
be.
bad for everyone else?
It might just be bad for you.
Oh no. But it's fun to break people.
She's scared now, boys.
As said in the episode, Gotham is a wonderland. It drives people mad.
What did you think of the episode, Loop?
I thought it was really good. The voice acting, I really liked it. It's not just because you're here, but the voice acting was really good, and like your accent really gives White Rabbit a certain charm.
I was looking for the accent, actually. I was actually looking for it for her.
It's really good.
Yes, especially for that character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
as soon as I first heard it, I immediately sent a comment about, a compliment about Percy, because Percy just sounds so done, and it's perfectly done.
Yeah.
my friend Nick, as a person, he's not exactly like Percy, but damn, does he not talk like him sometimes. He's not he's not tired all the time, but he's very much just like, huh? What do you want? Yeah, well. And then the funny thing is, whenever he decides to be funny, it's hilarious. Yeah, no, this one was definitely... Go on.
Oh, I was just going to say, I loved the sort of dynamic that you wrote between them. Just her constantly trying to get under his skin, but he's just so tired of it.
Yeah.
He's just done. He's just done with life.
Just done, but he's still here interviewing them, so...
Yep. You
And
still have
White
to.
Rabbit let herself get caught. But why?
I do think she's. I will say, I do think White Rabbit is regretting it a little bit because of the shock collar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she cannot rejoin her original body at the moment.
Maybe a
It's-
slight oversight.
And then we move on to good old Captain Boomerang.
Captain Boomerang.
This one was fun because you get to see Marcus get a little pissed off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Love
that
that.
was fun.
You really get to see Marcus get a little pissed, and this episode was written by Alexa Power. Very well written. I do have a funny trivia about Captain Boomerang's actor.
Hmm?
On a failed project, I was going to dub the entirety of the Pokemon Adventures manga. That fell through for lots and lots of reasons. However, the actor for Red in that project is the guy who's voicing Captain Boomerang.
Nice.
Ooh.
And that's
Just
how I
a
knew
sort
him.
of duality.
And this son of a gun auditioned every chance he got for this series. So it was definitely a case of, I really want to cast you as someone. Let's see how you do with Captain Boomerang. That's amazing as Captain Boomerang. You're hired.
Yeah.
Nice.
He
I guess
really sounds
Perseverance
like
eventually got
Captain Boomerang, like a lot.
Yeah, he had a blast for that with that one. I just basically just told him, okay, this is the emotion, go. That's all I had to do. And then Sophia and Marcus actually get to talk a little bit to here together, and that was really fun.
Yeah. I like the back and forth they kind of have.
So, what do you guys think of Marcus's past that Boomer brought up?
Certainly suspicious.
Hmm.
Really messed
Agreed
up, huh?
there.
Hmm.
Yeah, Marcus is someone. Marcus is a soldier through and through. He has his higher ups. He has his orders. He will follow his orders.
Yeah.
Sophia genuinely care about every single one of her patients, and it shows with Boomer.
Yeah.
It shows that it shows that she really cares about even people who really don't deserve it. I do want to mention. Go on.
It is kind of nice to see those people who care even to futility, I guess.
Yep. There's a lot with Sophia, and eventually I will get into her backstory. I have it written, but her backstory is really interesting, and it really shows why. If anyone wants a hint at what it is, look up the song by Citizen Soldier called crap, I can't remember. Irreplaceable.
Hmm. Hint, hint.
Yep.
This is a podcast of hints.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Watch this if you want to get the hint for the next season. The seasons beyond. So, episode 17, Livewire, written by the lovely Eris, who voiced Enchantress.
Ooh. That was a good episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. So, what do you guys think of Livewire's episode?
I like
Oh,
her
oh.
dynamic with Zelda. They're just back and forth.
Yeah, I enjoyed it especially because
Yep.
they still just the first part with Zelda being so young and excited, and then sort of the modern day kind of just this is where we are, and I liked it. It's sort of it sort of showed how the characters in just by themselves developed as well, but they still remained sort of friendly with each other.
Yeah.
Yep. Because the two of them knew each other before Livewire. Livewire became Livewire. I actually want to give a special shout out actually to Casually Comics. It's a wonderful channel. If you want to know more about comics, I recommend looking her up. Sasha is a lovely person. I'd love to get her on one of these podcasts one day. But I watched her video on Livewire, and holy shit, did it help come up with like some of the ideas for her, like her being a YouTuber beforehand, trying to expose heroes. That came from Sasha's idea. It was really helpful in coming up with this. Of course, the two of them knew each other in college, and now they're on separate ends of a table.
Yep, one trying to fight for the truth, even if it's, well, truth, quotations, even if it is only part of a truth, or if it is even true, to be honest, but still within someone sticking to her original ideals and another who ended up having to make sacrifices, compromises.
Yep.
Two sides of the table.
Yep. And this episode's one of my favorite ones to have worked on, because I got to do the old effect that I used to do in some of the older episodes, like in season 1, where I made it sound like it was coming from a speaker for the first half. It was really fun. I do want to give anything else before we move on?
Not from me.
Not for me either.
So I do want to take a little bit of a break to talk about DC audio drama. Question the answers you knew. This is very important to the Captain Boomerang storyline. Just a quick note. It is a continuation, and you get to see Percy actually interact with a hero. And see how that happens.
Actually, a little break for the guy.
It's a little break from the guy, but Question and Percy, they really kind of don't like each other. Percy doesn't get along with most people. He just doesn't. The only person he gets along with is Marcus.
Everyone has their person, I guess.
Yep.
But yeah, still in Gotham, very. But I guess it's kind of the place for Percy, I guess.
Yep. Even though he does travel all over the place, in this case he's stuck in Gotham because he's on one specific case. And with us talking about that real quick, let's go ahead and move on to the episode I voiced and helped write. The Scarecrow.
Very creepy.
That's just creepy voice, honestly.
Oh
yeah.
Thank you. This one was written by both me and Selena Rose is her name. I had to come up with a different name for Dr. Rose's first name. I chose Catherine. I don't know why. Just sounded right. But yeah, Dr. Rose is kidnapped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is something to continue.
It is 100% something to continue. So what
Can't
do you
wait to
guys...
see where it goes. Sorry.
Yep. This one is one that I personally feel like I leveled up my voice acting in.
Oh yeah, I can notice the differences as well.
Yeah.
Because another season, a lot more learning has been done, a lot more improvement, especially just sort of all round because we've had more time to learn. And yeah, I'd say things are definitely improving, just sort of naturally as you would with experience. And I can't wait to see what it's going to be like by the time season 5 rolls around.
I do have a question for both of you.
Oh,
What does the numbers 6 and 18 have in common?
Oh boy. They will have Scarecrow, don't they?
Yes, but I'm talking about just the numbers.
Oh, the numbers.
I'm just thinking divisible by 3, because 6 goes into 18 3 times, but
You're so close. They're both divisible by another number besides 3.
2?
oh, they're all divisible by 6 as well,
Exactly.
Um,
and 2.
So if you
What
know
does that
that
mean?
that's on purpose. I'll give you one more hint to see. So both episodes can be both numbers can be divided by 6. There's 2 episodes. 6, 6.
mhm.
Oh, so the next episode that, well, one of the next episodes that Scarecrow features in will also be divisible by 6. And then
Perhaps.
just devil numbers.
Exactly. But yeah, this episode was a really creepy one. It was really one that had fun working on, really just breaking Dr. Rose.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just terrifying as usual.
I have a funny thing. I actually had to pretend like I couldn't breathe for like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that
that
part.
part.
I felt lightheaded after that, but I was still so proud of myself because it sounded so good.
It does sound good. You did a really good job with that.
Agreed.
Yeah, that was one I was really proud of. Any notes for this one?
No.
Not from me. Just enjoyed it, and it is terrifying as usual.
Yeah.
The next episode is the Poison Ivy episode. This one was written by Eris, again, the same one who wrote Livewire. And this one had Marcus in it. What do you guys think of this episode?
I thought it was pretty good.
I liked it,
Yeah.
Yeah,
especially the voice acting as always.
Yeah.
this one was actually supposed to have custom artwork, but the artist couldn't get it done in time, and it was meant to show up earlier. Episode 12 was its original number. But I kept
Mhm.
pushing it off, waiting for the artist. I didn't get the art. If she ever does give me the art, I will post it. Who is messaging me? Oh, him. But yeah, this is one I've had in the bankroll for a long time. I had the audio done for months, and it just sucked that I had to move a lot of the episodes around.
Yeah.
But it still makes sense as a whole, at least.
Yeah, it's still a really good episode. It's still a really, really good episode. I really enjoyed it. I actually one thing here is is that I know a lot of people like the idea of like Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy being together. For me, as someone who writes a lot of like romantic stuff and loves romance in general, I definitely believe right now it's better to take everything a little slow for now and see how it happens in our universe.
Yeah.
A lot of things still to come,
Lots of
and
things still to come.
so much to explore.
Yep, there's a lot more to explore. What do you guys think of the interaction between her and Marcus?
I like her. I like the voice acting of Poison Ivy, and just sort of that she knows how powerful she could be, and it's just a little bit of that disdain for everything just very clearly comes across. And yeah, I like it. Sort of too bad. Well, curse me for being born a male.
Excuse me for being born a male. Fuck you too.
But yeah, just sort of that connection with scientific mind.
Yeah, I really like that.
Yep. And then we have, of course, season finale. Two-Face.
Two-Face. I loved the voice acting in this one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The actor for Red Hood actually ended up telling me a little bit beforehand that he wasn't satisfied. Luckily, I didn't really start working on the episode yet, but he said he wasn't satisfied with his acting for it, so he went back and redid all of his lines. And this is the result. You get a lot more of the better lines in here.
Yeah.
You also get,
Awesome.
we also get Black Bat in here, who is like one of my favorite Batman characters of all time.
Yeah, just introduce more characters. Awesome. I love to see all the different ones. I love to see all the different variety and so much representation for characters that aren't really done as much, or really they're only in just seen for a larger picture, or this is what they're known for and they'll stick to it. But adding a little bit more and showing a bit more of their behind the scenes and their smaller motivations, I guess.
Yeah.
And this one was written by Alexa Powers, and something funny that's unintentional, but I find it hilarious. Look at the time stamp for it. 12 minutes and 12 seconds. It's perfect for Two-Face.
Yeah.
A complete accident.
Nice.
Yeah, this one is definitely one of my favorite episodes to work on, because this one I really went ham on the sound, on the audio.
Yeah. Yeah. I can hear it. Really good. Like Alfred talking. That was pretty good.
Yep. The sound effect I put on Alfred, the echo I put on everyone, everything's just. I'm just proud of how much work was able to be put into it.
Yeah.
And it did turn out great, so you should be proud of your work.
Yep. I'm also very proud of all the actors too who worked on this. Because I had to contact, Two-Face's actor. I'm like, hey, can I get some more like screams of pain? I want to hear you scream. Wait, wrong voice. I want to hear you scream.
Never not terrifying.
Yeah.
But this is the only job where you can casually text someone. So it's like, hey, I need some more screaming.
Yeah.
Scream for me, bitch. The only job we can say that is not awkward.
Yeah.
I am just sorry that I wasn't able to provide a scream for White Rabbit. Sadly, that is not something I'm capable of.
There's plenty of other people who are able to do the screaming for. Actually, funny enough, real funny, because now we're. Any last notes on episode 20 before I move on?
The art is really good.
Nothing for me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
Once again, done by Charles, who did the artwork for episode 1 and episode 11 and episode 13.
You're really talented. Wow.
Great as always.
I'll send this podcast to him and tell him that he gets complimented a lot to how he reacts. The European. Actually, no, wait. We have a European in here. Never mind.
Oh, what?
A European. Because he's over in Europe. I think he's in like Switzerland or somewhere like that.
Long distance things. But
Yep.
yes, this has spanned across many different places.
So any last
US,
notes?
Philippines, Britain.
Yep.
But yeah, nothing
notes?
from me.
Yeah, nothing from me.
Yep. So the Hawk and Dove DC special. Did either one of you two watch that?
I watched a bit of it.
Did you get to
Same for a little bit.
Did you guys watch it until Hawk cries?
Yeah, that was.
That was not the actor who plays Hawk, by the way. He was sick voicing him, like physically sick, so he could give me a cry. So I did.
Oh.
Just have a little cry. It's for the art.
Yeah, Hawk and Dove was one of my favorite ones to write.
Yeah. I like how
Cries
it shows
for
their
us.
relationship. And just
Oh yeah, because usually these two are yelling at each other all the time.
Yeah.
But it's just like if anyone else yells at one of them, the other one would step in and be like, "Who the fuck do you think you are?
Yeah.
Excuse you?" Or I get away with that. Oh. Something funny I didn't mention when we were talking about episode 13 is that the broken window gets referenced in Hero Therapy number 2, Hawkgirl.
Oh.
Hawkgirl felt bad that Hawkman broke Zelda's window, so she paid with some of the money they got from the museum to replace the window for Zelda.
That's nice.
Yep, and it's used as a joke in here. I really would recommend it to you two. I think you two will enjoy it. But then we have Water.
I need to take a proper listen through some of the extra ones.
I'm just gonna binge watch all of the episodes. Every single video.
Out of curiosity, did you guys see the DC villain interview special with Marcus and Percival?
I did not. I was wanting to though.
I didn't.
If you guys like Percy, this is a good episode for you.
I'll check it out then.
So many things still need to watch and rewatch.
Yep, there's a lot of stuff here that I plan on trying to make this series be something that you can watch over and over again, and each time you get a little bit more and more about it. Like, for example, in episode 18, something happens that was mentioned in episode 1.
Little Easter egg.
That's that and more of me predicting the future and knowing what's going to happen. All these episodes have been fun. And don't get me wrong, I still, episode 1 still has like a lot of bangers.
Yeah.
Like a lot of really good ones, like Mr. Freeze, Killer Croc, Scarecrow. My favorite one in season 1 is the Riddler.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Mine's Killer
Love
Croc.
the Riddler.
It's awesome. I love Killer Croc.
Yep. Killer Croc is amazing. Riddler was amazingly written. The reason why Riddler's my favorite one is it was written by Adam Smith. And he did such a clever ass writing with it. Like when I was reading it, I didn't get it. I didn't get how they got to Iceberg until I started directing everyone. Then I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I just it might just be because I tend to love Riddler and almost everything that he's in, but I think it still does take good writing to make Riddler still fun and quizzical and
It's
just
like
that right
smart,
amount
kind of.
yeah, smart and still intellectual stimulation with the listener or the reader or the watcher.
Adam Smith, if you're watching this, you need to write for me again.
Again,
Again! But yeah,
it is demanded.
but yeah, episode 10 we had Granny Goodness. Episode 20 we had Two-Face. Who knows what episode 30 is going to be?
Who knows indeed.
I do. So does Luke.
Yeah.
And I do not. I am the
I-
only one who's not in the know on this pod.
No, you're not the only one. Only the
Well,
director
on this
and writers get to know.
It's a trade secret.
trade
yeah.
secret that I will have to wait to know.
One thing I'll say I'm genuinely surprised of is that Waddled Cat became so big. It has like 900 views. I'm just like, how in the hell? How in the fuck?
That one did kind of pop off, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Unfortunately, Black Manta didn't pop off. Neither did Captain Boomerang.
Hmm.
Yeah, that. But we still know that there are good ones between them.
Yep. So far, excluding episode 20 because it hasn't been out long enough for it, the most popular episodes from season 2 has been in order: The Judgment Ghost, The White Rabbit, Poison Ivy, Captain Cold, Firefly, Livewire, Scarecrow, Boomerang, and Black Manta. Once Two-Face has been out for long enough, we'll see where it stands. But yeah, White Rabbit is actually more popular than Killer Croc. Actually, holy crap!
Oh, yeah.
Who
White
knew?
Rabbit is fun.
Yep. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for the podcast. Thank you two for joining me. It's been absolutely lovely talking to you.
Same with
Yeah.
you.
And I hope to see everyone once again the next time we do a podcast, because this next time we're going to be talking about the Batman
Ooh.
Ooh, the Batman.
and his many, many villains. But have
So
a good
many.
day. Yep, so many. Have a good day, everyone. And I truly hope that your day today and until the next time we meet is going to be wonderful. Goodbye.